a surprisingly successful season under our belt now, it's time for, well, what could be probably the longest transfer window video I think I've ever done. In terms of the time covered, less hopefully the time of the video. It's not going to be a 6-hour video, I hope. But we have an awful lot of stuff to do over the next 8 months. So let's get started. As always, if you have been enjoying the series, drop a like. That would be tremendous. So we have, well, a problem. Let's just jump straight into the problem, shall we? Yeah, the board have set the initial wage budget for the coming season at 3.7k per week and a transfer budget of 5k. And do you know, that 3.7k just happens to coincide exactly with how much we're already spending on wages. So that's good. That's really good. That basically leaves us essentially up. That might change soon, I hope. But it basically means that I can't sign anybody unless they'll let me actually move the transfer budget further. But it appears to, they won't let me do that. So we may have to move a couple of players on, which should be okay, except loans are going to be important this year, I think. Now, as for the contract situation, it's actually pretty good in terms of tying down players we want. Obviously, the players are on amateur contracts. That's fine. A few of the guys that are on trial, we'll have a look at those later. That's not really relevant right now. Loan guys, obviously, we'll deal with soon, but I can't extend them just yet. But a couple of them I very much intend to, particularly as free player, very important at this point now. So there's a few more contracts that are up at the end of next season, but there's no contracts ending right now. Now, there are a few players that want to leave, as you'll see from the few asked. Basically, players that we signed, brought in, didn't actually play them as much as we thought we would do. So an opportunity to get rid of those guys, get those off the wage bill, is probably a smart move for us immediately, just to free up some of that money. So I think the first thing we're going to do is try to offer some of these guys out, and failing that, we might just be able to release them from their contracts because we're at such a low level that they might well agree to it. And I'm going to do that essentially for any player who doesn't want to be here, which is a shame because this guy is actually the club captain, but he literally played one game for us this season, and to be fair, he did score in that game, but he wasn't good enough elsewhere. So next season, what do they expect? Top half. Fair one, that's actually a reasonable expectation. Plans for next season. I've said top half to the board, so that's what I'm going to tell to the team. Let's see if I can find it. Top half. Yes. No promises right now. That's all good. Well, at least the players are going to leave happy. Also, Ingo won player of the season in this division. 13 assists and 4 goals. And that's actually pretty good. 17 goal contributions in 22 appearances. Fair one, mate. Aha. A bid for Brecky Poor Hermansson, which is actually of value as well. £900? Yes, please. Yeah, so the rest of them have all failed to attract offers, which means I might have to go a little bit more hard on this one. Ajarovic won't agree to a mutual termination at all, despite him demanding to leave the club. So good. He wants 5k to leave. He wants 3k to leave. Sanu wants no money to leave. Okay, cool. That's good. Thank you. Steinarsson, 2k. Johannesson, no K. That would basically use our entire transfer budget to get one player to leave, and all that would do is free up £120 a week. But we could still try to find a way to persuade them to leave. I think we kind of have to do that, really. I'm happy here. You told me you wanted to leave. What? I am befuddled by that. You've specifically got a status item that says I've asked to leave. I don't want to find myself a club. Ajarovic is fine with it. Good. Someone's got a brain in his head. Darbyotson, probably the same thing as the previous guy. Oh, no, okay. Most of them were okay, but 2 of them have now kicked up a fuss about me trying to force them out of the club despite them offering... whatever. I don't know. Point is, we're not going to be able to terminate these contracts because these will take too much money to do that. To be fair, even with that tiny amount of money, we've only been able to free up £336 a week. Though if some of these... Askia Hansen's got offers. Excellent. So we should be able to get a little bit more money off the wage bill to at least allow us a couple of targeted signings, but we'll have to be extremely careful who we pick. I'm having my Doff do sell at any price because I do sometimes find that this can actually drum up a bit of extra interest. I do want to try and keep Karras at the club if I can, despite his poor scoring. I think he could get better towards the end, but we do need to actually see if we can do that now. Okay, we can. They would require no wages. Perfect. Okay, so Brecky's leaving. It's actually got us some money, which would be good because we can put that back into wages again. This is far different than last year when we were just like, we've got all the money. This year it is not that case, but I still think we can do an all right job. Except now the players are rejecting the loan contracts from us. I have an annoying feeling that this might be that buggy kind of thing I've noticed a lot with Treaty United, whereby when you try to loan a player back that's already at your club, they will always reject you, no matter what. I've not seen a single player, but the moment they leave... then you can just put a loan off and then come straight back again. Kalle Forsberg wins Icelandic First Division Manager of the Year. That is a genuine achievement for someone like Kalle, given the season we've had. And I think he thoroughly deserves it. We don't get a rep boost for that or anything, do we? No, we don't. So they're just going to reject every loan bid. So we'll have to wait until they leave and then try to bring them back straight away. I kind of hope that we at least have a decent season next year. Otherwise, the title of this is just going to be Man Runs B Team into Financial Ruin. And I'm kind of okay with that. And I should point out, it's not like we were overspending for the division we were in. We were literally spending less than a third of that of both HK and nearly of IBV as well. And also, look at the money that Lechnia are spending as well. And in case you're wondering who came down from the top flight last season, Fram are down, but also FH are down. You know, the previous season's champions were relegated. How the hell are we supposed to compete with that? These guys have won 9 top flight titles. So what's kind of weird is that I'm looking at a youth player from the Daddy Club who technically plays for our under-19 side, obviously, because we share one. Why do I have the ability to terminate loan? What does that even mean? I just want to see, because look, this is a much worse player, allegedly. Loan contract. Loan contract from who? Return to his club. Which club? Where am I sending him? Fano, I'm sorry. I think I've just lost him to the void. The other thing is, we're not going to be able to offer the same top-end wages that we were before. That would be my prediction. We were able to offer players £200 a week last transfer window. I know we can afford that technically in the wage budget, but I bet you the board won't let us. In fact, as you can see now, the advised maximum wage for a star player is £75 a week. Now, I don't know if that's what they would lock us to, but if that's the case, we might not be able to sign anybody. What I would say, though, is what I saw towards the end of the season suggests that we're actually not far away from having a title challenging team in this division. He's still struggling to get rid of these guys, but we just got to kind of keep him on the job, see if he can find something. I just asked my Doff to see if he knows of any potential players we could maybe pick up on some free. So I have no idea if these guys are going to be good, but it's worth a shot. So this is what I mean. I can offer a loan extension. They're all happy and want to extend the loan, but if I try to actually offer it, it will just block it out still, I expect, but we'll try. And as before, they reject the loan deal despite saying they wanted to come, but sure. Okay, so the Doff still wants insane money, but he's going to be on a month-to-month contract no matter what, so I might just let him stay like that. Okay, so now we'll try and get Carrison back again. Oh, except now our parent club want us to pay for the player. Would require no wage contribution or monthly fee to allow him to go on loan. So then why are they requesting I pay a monthly fee? Loan offer. I'm not willing to allow the... Oh, for God's sake. All right, how much do you want for him? I'll give you... How about nothing? Yeah, nothing. Muffin's my favourite number. Let's try Carrison one more time. Make an offer. Loan offer. I don't understand what's going on with the Carrison one. They're saying that they don't want money and then they're asking for money. He's very interested in negotiating terms. Let's see, though. Okay. Expected wage, £80 to £100. That might just about be doable if I can put the right clauses in, perhaps. You will be, however, star player because... Oh, actually, no. Do we want that? Because you want more money otherwise. Right. £100 a week. What am I allowed to offer? Relegation release clause? Yes! We've just about maybe managed to sign someone. And to be honest with you, Haldorson's a good keeper. I think I'm being ambitious here with these fellas, to be honest with you. I assume that Diego Ospina is going to be the... I mean, that's actually worse. It's... Unless... What am I doing? Yeah, okay, cool. Why even bother having an estimation? Okay, well, that's not happening, is it? There's this guy, Tariq Ibrahim Magic, which is an unbelievable name. Halderson is actually joining us on a permanent deal. Fair one. We'll take that. It's a... we will take that. New scouting budget? We've actually got one. Imagine the scenes. I might leave this for a second, just so that when we get into a position when the window's open and players are listed for loan, I can turn on the scouting budget and we'll be able to see a bit more and maybe find some slightly better loan options. Because if I turn it on now, I don't think it's actually going to help us that much. Don't you love it when, once again, you've managed to pass this particular objective without doing anything? This exact same thing happened to Uxal. Binaku here is a left back. Could give... Oh, he's already got 5 international caps. He ain't going to sign for us, is he? Amateur? Why, yes, indeed. I'd love to bring you in on an amateur contract, sir. Oh, my lord. Some genuinely really good players in here. There is a random player in here. This guy here. Hilmar Andrew McShane. Brilliant name, by the way. Who... Wait, which one is it? No, this guy. Dagor Austman, who is untrialable for some reason. I'd love to know why that is, if anyone's aware of why certain free agents can't be trialed when they don't have clubs. They have the same sort of status icons as all the others. Weird. If we can actually pack the squad out with a few players more on amateur contracts, it would be good for depth, but also it means we'd then have no financial, like, responsibility there where we could actually release them if we had to, and it wouldn't be costing us anything. Exxon Binaku has just agreed to join us on an amateur deal. The board... oh, now you want to increase the wage budget for coaches. Hang on. Maybe I could parlay that into something else. Other areas, perhaps. Right, where could we have it? To be fair, there's not really much I can do here. None of the options are actually that sensible. I can't say things like, maybe put that money into my wage budget. I've never seen this before. Usually they just say no, and then that's the end of it. Whilst we appreciate your input, we feel that our own proposal is a better idea at the current time, and we will look to make our proposal in... So why'd you ask? he's just insecure and he wanted me to back up the idea he had. He's like, hey, Callie, I've got this brilliant idea. And I'm like, do you though? He's like, what? But I thought you loved me. Oh, good. It's the group stage of this thing. We've literally got our own daddy club in the group stage with us. Brilliant. I just like him because he's versatile. 6'2", can sort of cover here if we need him to. Could play as a ball winner in the midfield if we needed him to. I mean, technically, he could even play here if we absolutely needed him to. And on an amateur contract, there's really no downside. If we don't like him, we can just release him. I'll be honest with you. This is surprising. Tai Soje is able to speak fluent Icelandic. He's been here like 4 months. Tai, you are in the wrong business, my friend. If you could learn Icelandic fluently in 4 months, you should probably work for the UN or something, mate. Okay, so I've managed to go back in for Carrison again now. Now, this time around, it's got star player 000, would require no wage contribution. We should be good. And they want me to play him as a right mid when he's a striker. I have a suspicion that we might not be able to sign him. Yeah, although, if that actual way... I mean, obviously, this is absurd. The man wants everything under the sun, but we can assuage that a little bit. If he actually wanted a wage of between 25 and 80 pounds a week, we could genuinely pay it. Except he doesn't want that wage. Why did we have that? What is the point of this? Might be reasonable cover for the right side, particularly if I can get him on a fringe. Actually, no. Yeah, let's see. Fringe player might be amateur contract. Yes, it is. Well, Vatnes said yes, and I'm actually. I mean, I feel like it'd end up being more like here, but just as far as depth goes, and he's Icelandic. Oh, I didn't know this. Look. Allow trial until joins permanently. I didn't know you could do that. I realise that I'm a smooth brain sometimes, but I did not realise that you could have a player on trial for like 3 months from like one click of a button until they join you. That is sick. So we've just been offered a job interview at Valur Reykjavik, a team who have literally won the league 24 times. Now, obviously, we can't even go for this job interview because part of this save was that we're not managing teams that have won their top flights respectively, but it's cool that we've actually been offered a job interview with them out of nowhere. But there is also this guy, Nicholas. Somehow being 5'5", mean 9 pace and 5'5" is kind of nutty. Okay, right, top half. That's what they wanted. We're good. Give it everything we got. Yep, so far so good. No promises. That's fine. They like that. Weirdly, well, only damn, a really positive preseason meeting for once. I guess they can happen. This random fringe player has just said that he should be getting more playing time in the first team. Mate, firstly, no, you're crap. But secondly, it's pre-season and we've not played a game yet. Players like this guy, Oscar Wickman, Swedish centre-back, 6'3", not the quickest, but he's got solid kind of ticks most of the boxes. His aggression isn't great, but if we're not going to be able to get that guy back on loan, it makes sense that we should probably find a replacement. And I think this guy would kind of do the job for us, potentially. But then in that same breath, there's also this guy whose name is Cake. His name is Cake. Now, he has better aggression, worse bravery, but he is better physically, slightly worse in the air. I just don't know if he's going to be a player that we could actually feasibly sign. But also, because he's Brazilian, you then end up in the... Well, you know what to expect. I mean, we'll try and knock that down to an important player, but I suspect he'll... Or maybe he'll want about £500 a week, I expect. Okay, it's less, but too much. Now, annoyingly, Grankula have made a bid for Franz Grönland, and I do not want that at all. He is very much sticking about, if I can avoid him. Oh, Jesus. Now we are in trouble. Palacios is under a bid from IFK Göteborg. God damn it, man. We'll stall it. This is going to get really tough. But this is the one that's going to be the problem, I sense. Instant complaint. Right. Let's see. I don't see this going well. Atmosphere? Influential player? Except he's not easy. Next transfer window. Well, tough. Tough. Like, I'm just not selling Malcolm Palacios. Particularly not for £7,000. Also, Christian Pinzon. Young Colombian centre-back. Amateur contract, which means that there's no real pressure on us. It obviously counts as a foreign player, but I feel like he was worth it on an amateur deal. So unfortunately, the other centre-back I went in for that I was trying to get, Wickman, has joined. My hope is that we'll just piss him off for a bit and eventually he'll just kind of get over it. The reason I stall, by the way, is because the more I can stall, the less bids they can potentially put in over the period, and thus less chance of unsettling people. Doesn't work that well, but it's better than nothing. Jakob Bergman's interesting. Couldn't cover centre-back, not the tallest, but fine. Has Grusin enough crossing to the point where I could actually play him at right wing-back should we need to, if Kadu got hurt. Oh, he is gettable. He wanted £110 a week. I think we can probably get just about sneak that. Oh, I think he might be worth it. Just because of the versatility of the man. We've also got this guy, Fabian Rimestad, who's got fantastic physicals. Look at the fitness. Squad player. Squad player. He might want an amateur deal. Oh, please, Fabian. Oh, yes. Come on. If he accepts an amateur deal, that would be excellent. Might also prevent the need to sign the other guy in a way. And as we expected, he joined Ike Braga, which makes sense. Look at the wage they're offering him. We can't compete with that. But we do at least get Fabian Rimestad, so it's not the end of the world. Axelsson, is there a run maybe? Benonison has got room out wide with Ralph Senior out on the right-hand side today, coming in for an injured Kadu after just a few minutes. Sojic already into a good spot. Goes for goal. Good save. Sigurdsson and Borgs fouled him, and it's a penalty. It was actually a strong start to the game for us, but now we're going to fall behind from the penalty spot because Oscar Borgs is silly. Magnussen's out wide. There's presumably a cross coming here if we don't stop him. It's such a great piece. Oh, it's a good goal, to be honest, for Hammer. 2-0 IBV. Match fitness is really not there yet for us. Disappointing from us there. I think we handled the game reasonably well. The penalty was stupid from us to concede, but we still looked okay, considering these guys are a top-flight side. Okay, the newbies are in. Vartnes... He's not spectacular, but he's cover, and he's on no money. Pinzone, on the other hand, is surprisingly good, actually. Wow. I was not expecting that. Binaku, again, on basically no money, gives us more cover. Rimestad, I actually think he's a pretty good option, honestly. We've certainly got lots of cover in the wingback spots now, thank God. And most importantly, we actually have a goalkeeper back again. So that's nice to see. Basically, it's just one goalkeeper on a proper contract and 5 amateur contracts have come in, but it's just squad depth at the moment. At least now, within the next couple of weeks, we can start focusing on getting some loans in and trying to find a couple more players to spend a little bit of this cash on. Because now we can go in, actually get a recruitment package just briefly to see who's actually available. So there's this guy, Kari Jonsson, who we could maybe get on loan from a side in the top flight. Even if it's just for free for a season with these sort of terms. No wage contribution, none of that, so that's fine. Maybe just try it. The one I really want back is Stimir. Oh! Now they're willing to do it. No way. That Brazilian side. That Brazilian striker who... There's no way he joins us on loan, surely. Basically, I've just put a load of loan bids in on some players to hope for the best. This is the best we can do right now, so we better get on it, I think. Carrison said yes. That's so damn important. Oh, thank God we have... Oh, no way. They're both coming. No way. Oh, my God. We just got this striker. He's not the quickest. He's great acceleration, just really low-end speed. But lordy lord, he's a star player for the top flight, and we've got him on loan from Santos. I just didn't think they would loan him to us. And in that same breath, we've also picked up Kari Jonsson, who's also not the end of the world as far as players. He's not great, but depth, all of a sudden, is amazing. Ingo to deliver one. Can he find Manissa? It's a near post flick on, and amazingly, we lead against Breithablik from the top flight with Lenny Manissa. Surely we can't do it again. Ingo whips it near post, and Manissa's done it a second time in the first half. Ingvarsson. Good cross. Oh, it's a good goal. Bad from us. Terrible defending, I think, from Manissa on that occasion. They're back in it. Moments left in this match. Do not screw this up. Axelsson. Faiz from midfield. Loads of runners, one of whom is Ingo! And it's 3-1. We've actually gone and beaten Breithavlik from the top flight. That's incredible. Well, a 3-1 victory against a top flight side in a match where I actually rotated the entire... Well, not the entire squad. A lot of the squad to get match fitness levels up. And we've got and won. Lovely stuff. So we've secured the loan signing of Thomas Ori Robertson. He has no finishing ability whatsoever, but I still feel like at the very least he's going to strengthen us in that midfield position. He's just an okay player. We are going to have to pay £70 a week for the loan because Breithablik were being annoying about it, but I still think he's worth it. I've also brought in Olli Baldur Runarsson on a free loan from Breithablik to give us some rotation option for Ingo when he's not feeling fresh. I really do enjoy how patient this team can be sometimes, as Nicholas is in behind here, the young Brazilian on his debut for the club, and it's a great stop. 1 minute left here until we potentially could get a point in this against our parent club, but we're not going to because we've conceded in the 93rd minute. Well done, lads. That's always good to see. Well, I mean, I don't think we deserved anything from the game, but come on, lads. Hold on one more. What, like 30 seconds if you could? Loads of space for Hjaltarin. These guys ripped us apart, if I recall, last season on multiple occasions, and they're going to do it again because Helgason makes it 1-0 Grindavik. Pettersson again, a little bit of space emerging. Bjornsson's throw, and this time he makes no mistake. It's 2-0 Grindavik. We've been trash. Yeah, one shot on target in the entire game is not good enough, lads. I've just managed to pick up this lad here, Solon Breki Leifson, who's a reasonably solid-looking striker, actually, on a fringe player amateur contract with no money. And the fans are angry, worried by his poor form in front of goal. He's like a 1 in 3 striker for Liknivik, 44. I mean, it's not amazing form, but it's not, like, dreadful. Just thought I'd have a look. And at the moment, we're 4th favourites for this season, which is not bad when you consider where we were last year. I think 9th favourites in the end. Came 3rd, looked good. We've definitely got something here. I think the squad is stronger. Palacios is now happy to stay. Funny how the times change, eh, Malcolm? This team is really starting to come together now. I feel I've managed to... Well, I've agreed a loan signing, potentially from the Daddy Club, who would be a much better centre-back than the guy we had on loan from them last year. Now, it's just a question of getting him to join us, because then that would allow us to not play Carvot as the wide centre-back on that left side, because I don't think that's really the smartest idea. But the rest of the squad squad looks great as Thomas Ori Robertson drills us in front after 8 minutes there. What a strike that is. Oh, this is going to be a long ranger from Stojanovic. Wow. Into the bottom corner from Stojanovic, and it's 1-all. Great strike from him. Ruderson delivers again. Can Lenny get his head on it? Yes, he can. Lenny Manissa for 2-1, not 2-0. Good effort from him. Well, in the end, we were comfortably the better side and deserved the victory. And it's games like this, I think, that are going to matter this season in the league, is being able to come to matches like this and just get the results. And that's today exactly what we've done. And some of the lads look pretty good. Despite the strikers not scoring in this game, they both had excellent performances. Doesn't do much for us in the great deal of things, though. We still end up finishing 5th in our group. But 2 wins on the board, I suppose, isn't the end of the world. Maybe if we'd had a better showing against Grindavik, things would have been a bit closer. But I am probably going to leave it there for today. In the next episode, we're going to come back and finish off that stuff relatively sharpish, because I don't think there's a lot more I really want to do if I find a couple of players. But then we're going to get stuck into a big chunk of league games as well. So, yeah, I think there's definitely something here, squad-wise. We've made some good signings that I think have improved us in certain areas. And we've got more depth this year, and the wages are under control a little bit. I still think we could maybe strengthen in a couple more places, but we do have a lot of players still to churn through. So expect another Meet the Team segment next time as well. If you have enjoyed this, drop a like. That'd be lovely. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. That'd be gorgeous too. I'll stream on Twitch Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays. Follow there as well. And I'll see you guys very soon. Hold your gun. Capybara. Bye-bye.